She is, and more. The first child was born in a battlefield. The first thing she heard was cries from all directions, seeking for protection from guns and bomb eruptions that keeps on bringing destruction to her homeland. The first thing she saw was fear. The first thing she tasted was fear instead of cholesterol. Fear that she has come in this world as a runner with no place to call home but to be a survivor, leaving her mother with one big question: who will be this child? Who is this child? Unlike the first child, the second child was born in the hospital with privileges, identity, culture, full of dreams and hope, and with a place to call home. But over the sudden, the people in the hospital decreased, the disease increased not from diseases, but from a common enemy known as war, leaving her mother with no choice but to run to a foreign country where tolerance and acceptance was a problem, as if she hadn't been running enough. She begins to wonder if she belongs in this world. Why does it feel so foreign? She looks at her child and asks herself, who is this child? I am that child. I am a child of a universe, a runner. I'm the invisible footprint in the sun. I'm a believer that believes the day you stop believing, the day you stop believing. I'm a child that comes from deep roots, where surviving is not an option but compulsory. I'm a child of universe that have been trying to know a language that will never know how to pronounce me correctly. I'm a child that was born in depression. No, wait. For one to know that they're depressed, they must be living, and all I've been doing is running and surviving. There's nothing living about surviving. I'm a child of universe, growing up seeing political leaders taking politics with latte while I took men with guns and tear gas. I'm a child of universe, given multi-identity, labored by wars, stamped by UNCR, with no consent declared a refugee. Therefore, please, when you see us refugees, know that we are overcomers, warriors, survivors, resilience, dreamers, culture adapters, community builders, fighters. And all we need from you is empowerment.
My name is Germaine Cyulimpundu.
And my name is Sonya. Actually, me and Germaine, we both came in Nova Scotia as refugees. We're sponsored by the government of Canada, but we were helped by an organization known as ISENS, which was really helpful in our resettlement.
Yeah, I remember when we came to Nova Scotia, me and my parents, we had no relatives. We knew nothing about Nova Scotia, but we were received by iSense, and I remember iSense sent an agent to come to pick us from the airport. He was really helpful. He helped us to start a new life in Canada.
Yeah, definitely, I remember that too. It was um we came during, I mean, we came in different time because she came in the winter and they came
I came in February.
oh my god, okay, she came in the winter and then I came during the summertime.
Really?
So yeah, I came like on the end of the summer, and my expectations were really high because being a refugee was not easy at all, or being called a refugee. I really wanted to lose the label of being like, this was a big thing I wanted to lose, to be like, I want to be called by my name. I need someone to ask me, what's your name, and not just look at me and be like, oh, you're a refugee. Because you know, when you run to a foreign country, you're gonna be targeted as a foreigner because they're just gonna know like she's not from here. So
Yeah, it's hard to be accepted.
yeah, especially and getting used, especially if
Yeah.
you rent to another country which you don't speak the same languages. Like I, after my country, I went to a place called Uganda. It's a country, by the way, not a place, a country called Uganda, and we had to learn, me and my family had to learn another language, like their
Luganda?
language, yeah, a Luganda language. And it was so hard because from where I was from originally, we spoke French, and here we have I had to learn English and Luganda in order to fit in the society, and I was just like, oh, is being a refugee not enough? I have to learn also this. It was really a tough time, but when I came in Canada, my expectations were really high because I felt like I'm being given
Chance.
a second chance to restart my life again, to
Yeah.
redream again anything which I missed doing when I was a refugee. I'm gonna like restart everything.
Yeah, it's really good and great how Canada treated us, like this, the support, the sponsorship we received from Canada. Because I remember, like when you are a newcomer, when you are a new refugee, you come here and then they give you support for at least 1 year,
Yeah, definitely.
for 1 year, and then when you get a job, sometimes they're like, okay, you have a job now, you can support yourself, but still they continue to check on you, check
Yeah.
how you are doing. And I sense give you like different kind of like family counselor, like employment specialist, people who will help you a lot.
Yeah, and also we come to realize that there is a difference between how we're welcomed and how refugees were welcomed during Pier 21 time. I know it's a different. There are two different type of agencies, but then they are all they have one thing in common, which is to bring refugees.
Yeah.
Kind of Pier 21 before it became a museum, it used to help bringing refugees in Canada, but then
uh the way refugees were coming here, they were like they had to have someone here.
yeah,
They had to have like a sponsor, and when they reach here in Canada, they were like supposed to go to work for their sponsors, which is different from today. Today we don't. The government brings you, and you do not have to go to work for someone. We have like freedom
exactly.
as citizen.
It feels so good because as soon as you step in Canada, it feels like you have all the rights. Though you don't
Yeah.
have a citizenship yet, we just have its own terms. But then
Yeah.
it feels like you are a member, you are a Canadian as soon as you step in the Canadian soil, which is so well, which is really, really amazing for people who have crossed borders and borders to
Yeah.
get where they are. We're so thankful. And also, PR21 used to Pure 21 actually was a place where you could determine if people.
Yeah, if people will stay in Canada, or if you have to go back to your home, like your country where you come from.
Yeah,
Like the refugees will come, and then their papers will be processed at P21, and
yeah.
then they will say like, okay, this one have to stay, or this one have to go back.
But on top of it all, you had to know someone in Canada for you to
Yes.
be to stay in Canada. But then during these days, what I've learned through this agency, which brought this organization, which taking care of all refugees for a year, it's like you don't have to know someone to stay in Canada. You're already a refugee, so as long as the government of Canada says yes to you to come in Canada, you're you're free. You can come in Canada, then you can pay the government back,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not that you have to be by your own. It's that they just make you feel like you are integrated already in the
Yes.
in the society as soon as you step in
Yeah.
Canada. Unlike during PR21 time, it was totally different thing
Yeah, it was
because
different.
it was still welcoming refugees and helping refugees, but then they couldn't do the follow up because I guess there was a lot of people coming in at the same time, or maybe the technology wasn't that high. Maybe I just, but
I think maybe because it was during like the World War.
yeah, yeah, because maybe
Just
because it
wanna
was
say
during
thank you
after
so
the
much,
World War
Canada,
II.
Yeah.
for
But then the
standing by
refugees before
and
those
for
days,
accepting
I
them
mean, the
as
refugees
they
during
are,
those
for
days were
having
not
a lot
treated
of
as these
tolerance and
refugees
acceptance
because
towards
of
them
the
in
chances.
here.
Maybe there was not enough
Thank you.
support or the funds. As long as the
And
refugees came
for
through Pier 21's
anyone
door,
who will be
they
listening
were by
to
their
this, who
own
is a refugee,
and
who haven't
their
come
sponsors.
or
That
who haven't
all.
got a
I think the
country
only
or
good
government
thing
who
which
accepted
was
them.
there at that time is
Have
that
hope.
like when they
That's all
applied
that
to
counts.
come here
Thank you
to
so much.
Canada, it was faster than today.
Yeah, than today.
Because back then they were like if they applied they had to be here in Canada
By
just for
1 year.
yeah just by 1 year. But for us it takes so many times like so many years like five like for us took us 5 years.
Yeah, for other people it takes them 7. For it depends on
Yeah.
how your process goes,
And
but we really want to thank Canada, and we really want to put it out there that refugees
they are
are
strong,
really
strong people.
are like more than what people can imagine, and we really want to thank whatever thing the government have been doing, because it's really helping us with the families and different refugees also wherever they are. We really want to thank
Yeah.
them for being strong and for teaching us also how to be strong and always having hope. Thank you so much for
Thank
listening,
Thank
and we really hope your perception of seeing refugees, or even if you didn't have it, it's gonna be different. Because
And for those refugees who are going to come to Canada, please welcome.
thank you for listening.